was a great way to kick off IDS weekend. Little podcast with my dear friend May. So fun. What a great person. What a great podcast too. May has a new podcast that's about to drop called The Craft. This is an amazing podcast that covers entrepreneurial topics, creativity.
Anyone who has a craft or a passion and it's worth talking about, they're going to be on my show.
You guys are going to love it. The podcast is going to launch
before the end of this year.
Okay, all the sequence. I know.
I love
Isn't this is like so extra. I know.
It is not
I'm like,
extra.
it's not
It is
extra.
so you.
I'm
It is
like
so you.
the shoes, the pants. It's like I took mustard to a whole nother level.
I always say that Karin is my most glam friend.
Yeah.
Glam is such a dated word for like old
No,
things.
it's good. I'll take it. I'll take that one.
Glamazon.
Yeah.
And this is what I like to start off with, how I met you. And I think when you got here, we realized that it's been a decade of friendship. Mm-hmm. And time really flies.
Time really flies, yeah. And we met out at a social event. It was a party, and we met in Yaletown at a restaurant randomly, I think in between events, actually.
Yes.
Being able to tell a story through interior design, which might sound really weird on the outset, but that's the most exciting work, right? Like creating a brand, telling this story. It's so much more than just picking finishes and picking flooring and the chairing and where are we gonna get the light. And to me, that's really surface design. Going much deeper into who the client is and who the owner is and what they're about, and having that inform the space is so much more interesting to me.
I want to take it way back.
Okay.
And I want to hear about your childhood.
Ooh.
And what you were like growing up. And I think your journey has been so incredible. What would you tell little Karin, 7-year-old Karin, as she was learning from her father and learning how to be an independent, smart woman in this world that is paving the way in so many ways?
Don't ever doubt yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever doubt yourself. I think that we all have really unique superpowers, and that can get quieted by experience, by noise, by, people who maybe don't believe in the vision that you believe in, but don't ever doubt yourself. And I think that you always know. Deep down, you always know.
I agree with you.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a while to get there, but if you can listen to yourself and honor that, it will never lead you astray.
If you could say anything to your dad right now, what would you say?
Oh, that's such a good question. And now we're in sequence. We're in mustard. The whole gang is on mustard. So we've turned this into a little bit of a tradition because it is the interior design show, and it is the biggest interior design show in Canada. IDS happens in Toronto and in Vancouver. And because we're interior designers, we have to go all out. So this year we are heading to the show. Oh my God, they're right there. Let's go catch them. And this year we are heading to the show as the Mustard Crew. Let the fun begin. You would think that finding a whole bunch of people in mustard would be easy, but it's not right now. Yay! Yay, yay, yay! Yay! Oh my God, we just went everywhere looking for you guys. The mustard?
I love it. A couple people talking that you're ready to clear the night. Right.
The words go around.
Yeah.
The mustard, yeah.
It's really good.
Definitely, right?
But you went full gold. I love it.
There's quite a few people in mustard tonight, though.
I noticed. I was like, wow, they could jump in for a photo.
I'll even do it too. Like, join us
I'm gonna grab one.
Try the rosé.
Can I grab one? Sure, rosé. Oh. Great, thank you. Welcome to my Saturday. Today is my speaking day. I'm going to be speaking on a panel about food and design. So this is all going to be about restaurant design, which is going to be great. And we're going to tour around the show a little bit and say hi to some friends. And then I'm going to be on the stage shortly after. Well, I walked in today and there's a little Smeg installation where they did a collaboration with Dolce & Gabbana. It's really bright, it's really fun. I'm really bright, really fun, and I happen to be wearing Dolce & Gabbana shoes today. Yeah, very cool. You guys have heard me talk so much about my sill granite sink in my kitchen that I absolutely love. And I chose anthracite because obviously it matches with my kitchen cabinets. And I know Blanco is showcasing more of their styles here at the show. So I thought it would be really fun just to kind of come and see what's happening in kitchen sink trends. The new color that they have launching here at the show is this concrete gray, which is really beautiful. It's a nice cool gray. So if you have concrete countertops or like a gray quartz, that would work really, really well. We're definitely always thinking about, okay, what's the experience that someone is having when they come to this restaurant and this establishment, and what are we saying through the design?
And I actually went to Virtuous Pie a few days ago for the first time, and I noticed the first thing that there were all those clean tables. Can you tell me about your intent behind that?
Yeah, well, Virtuous Pie, for those of you guys who don't know, that was the first plant-based pizza joint in Vancouver, and it has now expanded into many restaurants there in Portland, UBC, Toronto, so there's lots of locations, and the Main Street location was the very first one. And this was a design that we had put together a few years ago, and the owners are vegan, and they were really worried about how vegan pizza how people would respond to vegan pizza. They were really worried that if the space looked too eco-friendly or too earthy or too plant-based, that it was going to turn people off. And they had great recipes that they thought that could be enjoyed by everybody. So part of the design philosophy was creating a space that was eclectic, that nodded to the roots of pizza, so these Italian roots, but a design that when you walk through the doors, it doesn't look like it's necessarily plant-based. That's not the first thing that you think. And we had picnic tables, because Virtuous Pie is a quick service place, and so this is a casual place. You can come and grab a pizza, but that also you're sitting next to people and enjoying this plant-based food with your community. The kitchen is wide open, so you literally see your pizzas from beginning to end being made. And so that's another thing too, like in considering space, you know, opening up kitchens and inviting customers to see the process of how the food is being made too. That's something that you're seeing more and more of in restaurant design. It's about that connection, right? We want to know where materials are coming from, where food is coming from, and I think more and more everyone is becoming more conscious of how they're spending their dollars and wanting to spend well and wisely.
How do you think that food as a medium
is influencing design. And I think Karin, she should answer that one. Yes, yes, such a good question.
Yeah, it is a really good question. Food sometimes will become really the heart and the foundation and the whole inspiration for building out a space. So as an example, we have a new Indian restaurant that we're working on right now, and it's a high-end Indian restaurant. It'll be open later next year, and the food is beautiful and colorful and so many interesting dishes. And so really our design concept, the plateware, the room, was really inspired by this food and was designed to complement the food in that the room is very quiet and serene and elegant, with limited color, to showcase how this food comes out from the kitchen and what it looks like on the plate. So definitely food can become sort of the foundation of and the jumping off point for our entire design. Awesome.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Hi, I was one of the people that won the tickets from your Instagram.
Oh, amazing. Thanks for coming. Thanks for following.
I totally followed your renovation last year because we built
amazing.
house, like from scratch.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
When you were doing like baseboards and doors, it's like, oh, now I like get it.
Yes.
And I'm like, now we can have a better conversation about it.
Totally. Yeah.
You did a great job.
Cool. Well, congratulations on winning the tickets, and thanks for coming.
Yeah, you did great.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. Hi.
I'm a big fan.
I'm Karin. Oh, amazing. Nice to meet you. Oh, amazing. Oh, that's so great. Well, this is, do you know Diane from, she's the one that's behind the camera.
I actually did recognize her.
You did? That's awesome.
Yeah, this is my friend Shira.
Hi, Shira.
I just
nice
wanted
to
meet you because
yeah, let's take a photo together.
Been to Ann and She and Virtuous Pie. They're like
Cool.
my favorite place in the city.
Oh, cool.
Went to Virtuous Pie for
Yeah.
the first time recently.
Yeah.
It was so great.
Yeah. Yay.
Exactly what you were saying, like
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like a vegan place.
Yes.
Because I was saying, like, I was going with my friend to meet, and I was like, is this going to be weird? It
Yeah.
was not at all. It
Yeah.
was so good, and I think you really did a good job.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I think it's so important. Like, how you want a person to feel when they walk into a space is the first thing you think about, and then that informs what materials and stuff like that you choose, and like what the space plan looks like. So
Exactly, and yeah, and I love how you mix such different materials together.
Yeah.
Like in Virtuous Pie, the black stone that's on there with
Yes.
like the goldish veining.
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
so unexpected.
Yeah.
It's so edgy.
Yeah.
And I took so much inspiration from what you said and the
Amazing.
space planning, and like I did a black kitchen because like, wait, this is such a brilliant idea.
yeah,
I was
it's
like,
different, right? Well, I'm so happy that you said hi. Thank you
it was
so
great
much.
meeting you.
Yeah. Thanks for watching the channel and everything,
course.
and so nice to meet you. Yeah. A big entourage with you guys.
We're from BCIT.
Oh, great.
Designs.
Yeah, great. That's, that's where I went to school.
Oh, really?
Was BCIT. Yeah.
I hope you can help me out a little bit.
Okay.
We're doing like this design process, project, like furniture design.
Yeah.
But I'm really confused about inspiration and concept.
Yes.
I feel like I'm stuck there. Like,
Yes.
Because it's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing. No, it's not the same thing. And I will admit, my experience at BCIT, they didn't do a great job teaching concept.
Okay, I feel like we need to self-study this.
Yeah, it's not something that I could answer quickly because even in our office, we take so much time putting together a concept, and it's a really layered process. And when we put together a concept, it's the jumping off point for the rest of the design. For the purposes of school, it can be very closely related, but concept is really the story that you're telling, right?
It's not like one word.
It's not, no, it's not one. Yeah, it's more like, for our Indian restaurant is an example. I mean, we're doing an eclectic, modern Indian restaurant, but so that's the concept at a high level, but then you want to explain what that means. Like, you want it to be refined, and you want it to be elegant and you want it to be warm, and then your inspiration pictures help support your concept. But it's tricky. So if you're struggling with it, that's probably a good thing because that means that you're learning. It's not something that you can grasp really fast.
The office space is like...
Yeah, in Chinatown, it's so great, and it's like coming together, which we're so excited about. We've got like furniture coming in 2 weeks. We've got more wallpaper coming. How's it going, ladies?
How are you?
Good.
Good talk.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Zooming over to Park Vancouver, the new hotel from the convention center. Thank God this is not a far drive. It is 20 after 1 and I'm on at 2. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit tired from all the activity over the last couple of days. And now today I'm doing 2 back-to-back speaking things. So definitely busy, busy, busy. Someone in the audience was asking me, how do you do it? How do you run your business and do your YouTube channel and do all this stuff? Hi, I'm Karin.
I'm a Seattle-based architect.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
I follow your channel so much.
Oh, amazing.
Every Monday I wait for your video.
Oh.
There's so much to learn.
Yeah.
You're so inspiring.
Oh,
so
thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
This event I really planned. I saw you on the panel and I was like, oh, I have to go and meet
Yeah, well, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching.
Yes, and then it's really inspiring how do you find time to do the YouTube channel? Then
I know. I don't have kids. I don't have kids. That's my quick answer. When I do have kids, I don't know. Maybe it's going to be harder. I'm not sure.
You'll find time. But thank you so much for all this.
Maybe when I have kids, it's going to be different. Way different. I'm not sure. But right now, it works because I don't have kids. And I have a very supportive husband. I got to give him credit. On my way to the Condo Expo, and this is going to be very design focused, very Vancouver real estate focused, something that's very much up my alley at the same time. So I think this one is going to feel a little bit more industry specific. It's the very first Condo Expo. So Ali, who's putting on the event, this is her inaugural event. It's never been done before, and she's done an amazing job so far because it's pretty big for the first one. So they were saying there's supposed to be about 2,000 people there. Often when you go into a presentation center, there's the 2 schemes, maybe 3, but that seems like it's been whittled down to basically 2, and it's like your dark and light scheme. I think that the 2 schemes or the scheme offering could actually be a little bit more diverse than just light and dark. You could actually have like 2 aesthetics or 3 aesthetics to actually choose from to get a greater sense of personalization, whether or not that comes from a few different designers, you know, like obviously managing a drawing set and the really the logistics of making that happen. But I do think that the buyer is more sophisticated, and when people are paying a premium and a higher price point, there is a desire to have more than just the white and beige and gray. And so I think being able to offer interesting aesthetics as your scheme, I think would be something to consider. We are working on a rental building right now, actually, in Langley, and one of the things that I appreciate about this project is that the developer is really willing to elevate the specs slightly, and so there are some features going in, like beautiful wood entry doors and really good quality vinyl floor that's going down. And of course, in the rental market, you really want to be thoughtful of longevity and the turnover of all of the renters. But I do think that when you're trying to rent a place, it's almost impossible to find a place in Vancouver. And so it is really nice, and I do think it speaks a lot to the developer and the brand that they're building, even when they're investing a little bit more in the finishes with a rental building. And you know, even in the Vancouver condo market, what's like at the bottom, you're at purchasing at $900 a square foot, and then $1,000, like up to $13 a foot, maybe more, even more, right? So even at that price, I mean, you know, it's expensive just to buy a little box in Vancouver. It really is. And I think that when you are investing that much money into this little box, the buyer really deserves a little bit more customization than the flat panel kitchen cabinet.
I agree.
You know, because condos are so small, like if you have a little laundry area and you've got the stacker, you know, just really thinking about how people actually live and use their spaces, right? And like even just having a tiny shelf or a hook or place for your laundry and products. So all those little tiny things make a really big difference in condo living. Hi.
Thank you for the presentation.
Oh, yes.
It's really informative.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Terry.
Terry?
Yeah.
I'm Karin. Nice
Karen.
to meet you. Hi, Sean.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Are you guys shopping for a condo today, or
Something like that.
Something like that.
Give you a feeler for it.
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
next
yeah.
5 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys do development, or are you in the industry? Or?
No, I work at City of Vancouver.
Okay, cool.
Property management.
Yeah.
And something I've been thinking about is it's finding opportunity Airbnbs.
Oh, yeah.
Homeowners to facilitate
Yes,
that.
yeah.
I think interior design is really important in that.
It's
in the way
super
to
important.
advertise into
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah, it's true.
Right?
Yeah, it's true.
My question for you is, I find that often in the artistic and creative design industry is that clients have very different expectations in terms of cost and schedule.
Yes.
Right? And I'm wondering if that's something that you face and how do you close that
For
gap?
sure. And I think that, you know, after, like I was saying, I had founded my business almost 11 years ago. And so you sort of learn how to ask the right questions and mitigate that a little bit. And it's really important at the beginning of a project for us to tease out the client expectation, because you never want to be in a situation where you're over-promising and under-delivering, or that the client is disappointed for some reason, right? And in Vancouver, I think that the expectation is always like you can get a lot for very little. So it's really educating a client about what's realistic for the budget that they have.
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I guess, obviously, in 11 years, you've seen quite a lot. And I'm wondering if there's any challenges or obstacles that you're seeing right now and what might be changing in the next 5-10 years in terms of the interior design industry.
Well, I do think, kind of just to echo what we were saying on the stage, like it's nice that, I think one of the challenges is that a lot of condos are looking the same. They are very like beige and greige and white, and you're seeing that a lot. So I'm excited for that to kind of shift a little bit. And for developers to make more of a statement with the type of design that they're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Just even adding a little bit of flavor into everything.
Totally.
It's
It's everything.
Right?
It's so important. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Well, thank you for coming to the show.
No problem.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Yeah. Nice to meet you guys. Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Take it easy.
Yeah. Have a great day.
You as well.
Okay. Bye.
I just wanted to use this opportunity to meet you.
Oh, great. I'm Karin.
Maria.
Hi. Hi. Oh, great. Yay. Shingles, tile, our gorgeous floor, and then our big counter where you order all of the delicious plant-based food. Down to Earth, our plant-based restaurant in Langley, has just finished up